Woo! Good evening, everyone. You know what? I pray that you had a happy Sunday fun day. But we are here this evening, and I have my special guest, Miss Stephanie Anderson, and we are both cosmetologists. We are both trichologists, and we are both hair replacement specialists. But it's not about me tonight. I really want to highlight my sis with this conversation. And so September is, if you don't know, Alopecia Awareness Month. So alopecia is just a general umbrella term for hair loss. So don't get sidetracked with the big name. It just really means hair loss. And so what we do on a regular basis, we see those with hair loss. We see those who are on the beginning stages of hair loss. And we also see those who are advanced stages of hair loss. And hair loss is really something that, it's emotionally taxing. It affects your psyche. And this is both men and women. I know when we begin to talk about hair loss, we tend to think about women, but men go through the same things, and that's why they get hair systems as well. They seek out treatments as well. So hair loss is not by any means, it is not segmented to men, segmented to women. But listen, men, women, children can have bouts of hair loss. I know a parent reached out to me last week, and she said her child was having bouts of hair loss, and she's being bullied at school. And I gave her some references to reach out to have a free cranial prosthesis made for her. So it's really it pulls on our heartstrings because no one wants to be bullied. No one wants to be I know women, they don't even want to go on dates and stuff because they think that, that the focus, the lens is always on them. And that just comes from a place of self-conscious. So we're going to open up this conversation tonight. It's the thing that no one really wants to talk about, but we're going to have this open conversation because we need to have open conversations around this topic. I think the last statistics was 40 million, and I know the number continually grows, right? Because we are in crisis, we're stressed out, all of those things that can perpetually start hair loss or thinning fine hair. So I'm going to go ahead and enough of my gabbling. I'm going to go ahead and read because I really want to get into the conversation tonight. So again, my name is Linda Boyce, and my guest tonight is Stephanie Anderson. So, Stephanie is a trichologist and a hair replacement specialist. And Stephanie Anderson, DPC, MPC, BSM. Those are some letters behind the name. Okay, hand claps, hand claps. Stephanie is a global speaker and an author, a licensed cosmetologist of nearly 30 years. Hand claps for that as well. Stephanie earned a doctorate of professional cosmetology, and she is a certified master life coach and a best-selling author of Alopecia. It's the thing, breaking through the BS. Now, don't your mind don't go. BS means belief systems, okay? And the gifts of pain. Her work has been featured on major media outlets like NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox News, and the CW, and more. She is a certified facilitator with the American Cancer Society's Look Good, Feel Better program, Better Business Bureau Torch Award recipient, hand claps, and Who's Who in Black San Antonio entrepreneur. She is a volunteer of the Wigs for Kids organization, also known as the Alopecia Advocate. She tirelessly advocates for alopecia awareness. Her mission is to educate and foster empathy and empowerment. To learn more, visit, and I will put that on the screen, Stephanie Anderson, StephanieLAnderson.com, and follow her on IG at the Alopecia Advocate. So kudos to you. You have done much in this industry, and I want to give you your flowers now because it takes a special heart. It takes a special it just takes a special mindset really to be an advocate for those suffering with alopecia. So I read a lot in your bio, but I really want to talk about tonight. What inspired you to write that book?
Well, first of all, Linda, let me say thank you for the kind invitation
You're
to share on
welcome.
your platform. You know, you and I go a long way back.
Yes.
And you too have done so much in this war we find ourselves against alopecia and helping those who find themselves needing help, whether it's
Yes.
our technical skills or whether it's, just leading with our heart and doing so. Thank you for the invitation. Yes, it
You're
is
welcome.
September. September is Alopecia Awareness Month, and this platform that you have is very instrumental in helping to bring that. But to answer your question about what inspired me to write Alopecia is the thing, breaking through the BS or the belief
Yes.
systems, is I believe God speaks to us in different ways. And I just have to bring him in here because he was
Mm-hmm.
instrumental in helping me to see a little bit after COVID.
Mm-hmm.
In our industry, we work with women, like you said, men and children who are dealing with hair loss.
Yes.
But it seemed like after the um, shutdown order lifted, and I started to have clients to come back,
Mm-hmm.
I saw a change in many of them.
Yeah.
Before COVID, I had those who had never, they depended on me. Like they identified with their cranial prostheses or their wigs as their own.
Yes.
So they always had me there to take them off, put them on the style and to make it theirs. But
Mm-hmm.
during that mandated shutdown, they had to come to grips and see what was under there themselves.
Yes.
Um, that started something that let me see that, we've always known, especially like when we deal with people who have trichotillomania, who compulsively pull, or different things that are emotionally, they can't control. We know that there was an emotional component.
Yes.
But after I saw them come back, I felt like I needed to do something.
Ah,
And so my book was inspired because
yes.
there's a belief system. They believe certain things about themselves because of the social stigma out there. And so this
Yes.
book was to bring awareness and to help support those who are dealing with it, living with it day to day, even to
Mhm.
help their family members and loved ones who
Yes.
want to, they don't even know how to help. I have clients who I love them so much because their life partners who know them intimately don't know
Mhm.
what's up under the wigs, but
Oh,
I
yes.
do,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know,
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
So their husbands who don't even know how to broach that conversation, and then the general public. I have a
Correct.
I have a chapter in there, and I'll make it real quick because I know we got a lot of stuff to go over. But
No, no, go ahead.
talk about the biasness, and I had a woman that read it. She's
Mhm.
just a support of mine. I love her to death. But after she read it, she sent me the most beautiful, and she sent me the most beautiful email that said, you know what? I had a biased nature and I didn't realize. When people see people at the supermarket and they look at
Yeah.
them, you
Yeah.
wonder.
Yes.
It's a natural. So that's why the education and
It's
that was my inspiration to help those and to bring more awareness to alopecia and what it is.
absolutely. And I know you mentioned before the belief systems. Like,
Mhm.
can we just talk about some of those? Your subtype, your tag is
Yes,
breaking through the belief systems. And what
yes,
are some of those? Um, can we just highlight some of those belief systems for those that are experiencing alopecia?
definitely. And I'm sure you can even help me add on to them because you work with this special demographic too.
Right.
But unfortunately, one of them that I deal with a lot
Mhm.
is they think they're the only one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They think they're the only one that are
Yeah.
dealing with this. And you just share the statistics. And then those are only the ones that are reported. You know that, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Those are the
Absolutely.
numbers we get the reports from, but we know that there's some people that refuse to even address it. So they're not even in the statistics. But one of the belief systems is I deal with people who feel like it's just them until I
Yes.
share, oh no. Then the belief system is that they feel like they're less than because of it.
Mhm.
Their self-esteem tends
Yes.
to suffer.
Yes. Yes.
Their self-conscious, their self-confidence tends to suffer.
Yeah.
Some people who consider themselves the life of the party or very in your face start to retreat from society
Oh,
because,
yeah. Yes.
so the belief system that I'm really trying to help is just eradicate that
Yes.
social stigma that society has about
Yes.
beauty.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like when you said, they believe that they are the only one.
Mhm.
And there's so much that goes into, I mean, we can talk all night
Oh yeah.
about hair loss and why
How
it
much
occurs.
how much time have we got tonight?
I know, I know, I know. But really, and what one thing that I want to say, and I want our viewers to know is that your hair loss does not it does not define you.
Yes.
And then I want you to know also that every case is one off by itself. Your case is
Mhm.
different to somebody else's, right? The
Yes.
um the causes are different. And so once we recognize that, like we say in the business, it's not about hair loss, it's really about health loss.
Yes.
And so that just took it a whole step deeper once we
Yes.
understand that your hair really is a symptom of a deeper problem,
Definitely.
right? I
So,
heard someone say something very controversial the other day. They
uh-oh.
said, "Thank God that you are having hair loss," right? And what they meant was
Uh-huh.
the hair is telling you go check something out.
Yes. I love that.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
We're paramedical providers when you think about it. You know,
yes, yes,
our
yes,
foundation has come from cosmetology and learning how to
yes,
style hair. But when you study trichology and you start to learn about how the body systems
yes,
start to, everything that goes in with that. And yes,
yes,
the hair loss is a symptom that
yes,
it's addressing something that we need to see
yes,
what it is and not
yes.
just cover it up.
Yes, 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 yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. And I know it's hard, right? I know
Yeah.
that it's easy to cover it up. But
Yeah.
think about it. Think about it. When we're covering our hair loss up, we are covering up what the body is trying to tell us,
Yes. Yes.
right? It's sending a message. I
That's
need you to go look into maybe a thyroid. I
yes.
maybe you need to check your vitamin D levels.
Yes.
Maybe one of your body systems needs some support.
Yes.
So that is very very important for
It
us
is.
to remember.
Yes.
Right? It's God's way of telling us, hey, I want you to live.
Yes.
And I want you to go check this thing out. I want you to go to the doctor. I want you to find out.
Yes.
Right. So thank God, thank God, thank God for that.
I
Uh,
love that. I'm gonna have to try to remember that.
yes,
But one
yes,
thing that you were sharing in that moment is that that's the beautiful ability we have to serve as trichologists
yes,
to be able to help people to see that you don't cover up because your hair loss is telling you that something's going on. But on the other thing, I want people to think about this because it's
hmm,
passionate for me. Because
yes,
sometimes there is a hierarchy in what we do, and it shouldn't be because we're all serving people. And
yes,
sometimes we have to serve them differently because not all types of hair loss, so depending on when they come to see you or me,
yes,
can restoration happen. I would love to grow back everybody's hair, Linda. I really would.
yes,
But
yes,
that's
yes.
not the reality of life. So we need other ways of serving people. And so when we
Absolutely.
talk about cover up, yeah, we don't want you to cover up an underlying health concern. No, we don't want that.
Right.
But I don't expect to for women who need to embrace their femininity or feel good about themselves to feel like they have
Mhm.
to walk around with
Right.
visible hair loss. So that's where the non-surgical hair replacement, and that was my first ministry, and
Yes.
providing that immediate solution. Hopefully, wow, I can treat
Wow. Yes.
holistically with trichology, but for some people, their hair never's coming back, right?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
never coming
Yes.
back. So
Yes.
covering up there is our way of
Hmm.
giving them their
Dignity.
confidence back, their
Yes.
femininity, helping them to feel good. And not when they walk into the room, we slay it to where it don't look wiggy,
Right. Right.
even though it is a wig. And
Ballet.
somebody
Right.
got to think about, I see your legs. It's a wig.
Yes.
But the visual, we do it enough to make people feel as though that
Mhm.
they can step into a room and not feel self-conscious about it. So I kind of want to
Absolutely.
address the two different kind of cover-ups we're talking about,
Right.
health-wise and then
And
aesthetically.
yes. 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 And so we provide solutions.
Yes.
We provide solutions to those who suffer from hair loss. And what really gets me, and I know you in your bio we read that you're an affiliate of Wigs for Kids, and we are too.
Yes.
But it really pulls on my heart
Yes.
when the kids come in
To see the babies. Yes.
to see the babies. So hair loss does not discriminate. You know, and what you would say, like the babies, they don't deserve that. But again, it's something that have to be looked into why the body is triggering in that way, right? So absolutely. And um one thing we can say is the question is, why is it happening to me? You get that a lot, like, and then when a woman begins to, or a man, you look around, you see other women with hair, and that further exacerbates the situation because you're wondering, why me? Why did I have to lose my hair? And when women come into the studio, I've heard that, why did I have to lose my hair? And they would say hair loss sucks.
Yeah, of course.
And it does.
I hear that as well. And one
Yeah.
of the things, just like any other diagnosis, right? It's a
Yes.
diagnosis, it's a medical concern. And
Yes.
so, with the same, those I hear that come in with cancer,
Mm.
and then the chemotherapy,
Yes. Yes.
chemotherapy induced alopecia, the CIA, not the not the security, but the chemotherapy induced.
Yes.
We work with the CIA, but those women, but I
We are
say
investigators now.
the CIA, when they come in after the chemotherapy, they're losing their hair. It's
Yes.
chemotherapy induced alopecia. I
Yes.
always try, sis, if I can,
Yes.
to look at the glass halfway full
Well,
instead of empty.
absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm not a doctor. I'm a
Yes.
trichologist. I've been
Yes.
certified and trained with hair
Yes.
and scalp maladies. I don't even try to talk about because I'm not a DR. I'm a
Yes.
DPC.
Yes.
So when it comes to their health, I say that, you know what,
Hmm.
go get the chemotherapy.
Hmm.
If it's going to help to extend your life, your quality of life, do that. Don't worry about your hair loss. I can stay
Yes.
in the wig. We can,
Right.
I have confidence that I can do that
Yes.
because
Yes.
our
Yes.
health is our wealth. We,
Absolutely.
so that's the thing. I can't promise them, but if they have a regimen of chemotherapy that they feel like that they can fight for it, it's
Yes.
much better than it was before. You know that as far as the
Yes.
lifespan with early detection and everything. And
Yes.
October is a breast cancer awareness. So in a couple of weeks, we're going to be
Aware.
dealing with that.
Yes. Yes. So
So
the
I
conversation
have a campaign.
continues. Yes. And I know, whether it's January through December,
Yes.
we have people experiencing hair loss, but we highlight September, but really and truly, we service clients with hair loss 365 days, except for weekends.
It is. It
But
is.
I say that to say that the conversation does not end. It really continues because we service men and women on a daily basis who are experiencing fine thinning hair, and
Yes.
also those with complete hair loss.
Yeah.
Now, hair loss can be a burn victim. It doesn't,
Yeah.
so many
Exactly.
different reasons why a person might have hair loss. So, but we're here. We're here, and not only we are here, but there are men and women who have across the nation, across the world, really dedicated to helping those and providing solutions to
Yeah.
those who are experiencing hair loss. So I give hand claps to those as well.
Yeah.
So you wrote a book, Alopecia is a Thing. We have
Yeah.
already established that. What impact are you hoping it will have on the community of hair loss? Those who are being affected by hair loss.
Well, the book, as you have mentioned in the bio, and thank you so much for sharing that,
Yes.
it's open avenues and doors for me. And it
Mhm.
also gave me an opportunity to speak this summer in New York at the United Nations.
Yes.
So my hope in this book, as I shared before, is to help support those who are living with it. Because as you said, it's not a respecter of persons. It
Yes.
affects men, women, and children.
Yes.
So to help support them,
Mhm.
also to help engage those who care for them, whether it's family, spouses, co-workers, people who care and see them suffering,
Yes.
and also to help just bring more awareness so the stigma can be
Mhm.
eradicated. I mean, just stop the madness.
Yes. Yes.
People are in it, just like you talked about the statistic.
Mhm.
They didn't sign up to get alopecia.
Yeah, no, nobody signs up for that.
No, so why blame them?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
if you see someone, I have affirmations. That's one of the things that I do as far
Yes.
as this. I
Yes.
have affirmations to help people to build up their self-esteem, their
Mhm.
confidence,
Yes.
and just to feel better about themselves. Those little mantras, if they're
Yes.
just not words, you repeat them and you believe them and you start feeling better about yourself. So
Yes.
the
Yes.
book, my coaching, um, the affirmations and anything else God gives me to or inspires me to do to help. That's kind of where I am. But just
Yes.
hopefully to have a conversation and to address it with people to make a difference.
Yes, yes. And people really need, those affirmations, right? And I know looking in the mirror and seeing yourself looking different,
Oh,
you know, but I want to say that if you're experiencing it, you are fearfully and wonderfully
wonder.
made,
Yeah.
right? Yes, hair makes a difference. But the inner you, the person, that doesn't change. Hair loss doesn't change
Yeah.
you. If you were a bubbly person, it doesn't change, or it
No.
shouldn't change you, right? And so we've just really having this conversation to just encourage you. Number one, you're not the only one, right? And number
Yes.
two, life does not end for you because you are experiencing hair loss.
Can I share this little anecdote?
Yes.
One client came to me. She had started her chemotherapy, and she had learned that maybe after the second dose or something, she should expect. So by the time she came to me, she had started having some visible hair loss. But she
Mm.
shared something with me. She said, I heard some of my colleagues around the corner laughing. And
Oh.
she said, everybody know about my diagnosis and what I was going through. So she said, I needed something to laugh about. So she said, I ran around the corner and they stopped laughing.
Mhm.
And she's like, well, what are y'all laughing about? She knew she wasn't the butt of the joke. She knew they
Right.
weren't laughing at her,
Yes.
but they felt uncomfortable to have some joyfulness or something around her. And she
Yes.
said, no, that's what I need. So yes, what you were just saying that,
Yes. Yes.
it doesn't, they can't stop living. You still have to, around people and
Get out in the world.
yes, don't
Yes.
don't treat them different. But another thing I would like to, because I'm starting this movement. I am
Yes.
starting a movement, Linda.
Okay, come on, let's go. Start the movement. Let's go.
One of the affirmations that I shared at the UN was, because society has this social standard of beauty, right? They have the
Correct.
standard beautiful thick hair and all of this stuff, right?
That's correct.
I gave people permission to create your own
Mm-hmm.
standard of beauty. Just like you said, it's an individual thing. We're all individual, we look different,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
So we don't have to fall into any kind of perceived. Be your own and create your own standard of beauty with or without
Yes.
it. You
Yes.
can cover it up or you can expose it, whatever.
Yeah. Whatever floats your boat. Whatever gets you out the door.
Yes, yes, but feel good about yourself, even with the diagnosis.
Confidently. Confidently.
Yes, confidently.
Yes.
Yes, yeah,
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I love the conversation because it's a thing.
it is.
It's a real thing. And I had a young lady
Uh-huh.
and she was experiencing trichotillomania. Now, big word for those.
Yes,
We struggled with it in the beginning, but
yes. Did
after
we?
so trichotillomania is a, I hate to say condition, but it's a situation where one pulls on their hair, right?
Yes.
Um, it's still
Compulsively.
compulsively, like, you know, and when they, how it shows is that, the hair gets really, because anytime you pull on an area or areas, right, it breaks off because you're
Mhm.
putting pressure on that area or areas all the time. And that goes for ponytails and all of that. So anything in the same place for an extended period of time, you lose it. And so I had a young lady, and her mom was going through it. So not only those who are experiencing different types of hair loss, but those that are associated with them. The parents of the children that come to see me, they're going through it as well because no one wants their child to be bullied. Like, no one wants their child to be sad because of this situation. So it not only affects the person, but in fact, it affects those immediately around them.
That's true. That's another reason for the book.
Yes.
Is not only to support those who are dealing with it, but also the loved ones who really don't know what to do. Another thing that I did last year, and it's funny because you think when you do something, as soon as you announce it, everybody's going to come. It's like that a Kevin Costner movie, Field of Dreams, build it and they come. Sometimes they don't.
They don't.
I started, let me see, Alamo Alopecia. It's a
Mhm.
support group. And it is so people can come together because we need community, especially we don't want people to feel as though
Yes,
they are dealing with it by themselves. So collectively, people can come together as a community, a support group.
absolutely.
But you know what I found out?
Yes.
I built it, but they didn't come
Okay.
because some people are struggling with the identity, being
Yes.
known to have it. So
Yes.
I'm rethinking about how to do it. Maybe we do it virtual. People, if they don't want to show their face, they can use the icon that the Zoom or whatever platform I decide to
Yes.
use. But
Yes.
children, as you know, as parents, and we're empty nesters. We have grown folks. As you know,
Yes.
we're parents of grown folks, and
Yes.
but I see too the babies that come and the young people who are struggling, and their parents don't know how to help them because they're being bullied at school.
Absolutely.
And it's going so far that a little girl died by suicide
Oh,
because she was so relentlessly bullied because of her alopecia. So what if, because kids are kids and kids are mean. They were bullying us back in grade school, but it was different. But it's
yes.
relentless now. What
Mm.
if
Mm.
someone had have educated the children in her classroom
Yes.
about alopecia?
Yes.
Or the
Yes.
parents so they could talk to their children.
Children. Yes. Yes.
So our responsibility, and I feel it's just more than just laying hands on people.
Hmm.
If we so,
Awareness.
but bringing the awareness,
Awareness. It's
bringing.
not a disease. I know it can point to, but
Mhm.
it's not a disease.
Yeah.
There's
If
nothing
you touch somebody, they're not gonna catch it.
yeah, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that breaks my heart
Yeah.
because I can't imagine. No, we all want the best for our children,
Yes.
our friends, our family. And when they're experiencing something, when they hurt, we hurt, you know.
Definitely. Definitely.
Oh my goodness.
Definitely.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I'm so excited. And um talking about the alopecia on, on a whole, like you said,
Mhm.
when you build it, you hope they will come. But because of the shame that's
Yeah.
attached to it, some people don't want to um be
Expose
seen.
themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some people might not even want to log on tonight because they don't want other people to see, right, that they
Yes.
are, on the platform. But if that is you, it's fine. You will catch the replay, but we just want you to get the information. And I know even down to naming our businesses, right? There's some talk around um naming your business Hair Loss Center,
Yeah.
because a person walking in, they're thinking, oh my gosh, people are looking at me. I'm walking into this big sign that says Hair Loss Center. So there's
Yeah.
so many facets.
Do we have to consider now that initially we didn't?
We didn't.
But when you're branding yourself because you want people to know what you do, you give
Yes.
yourself a name so people can readily. One of the things I will share quickly is that when I've been there maybe 10, 11 years now, but I was patterning myself over a bigger industry
Mhm,
leader in a
mhm.
building just because of that, because I was afraid of having a standalone
Yes.
Trinity lace wigs and people being seen, but in a professional building where there's other doctors, attorneys, accountants, and different things that they could
Yes.
come in. And because I added and salon at the end, and I have
Yes.
other people in doing hair, then they're little, but yeah, you're right. Initially, it was like, oh my gosh, I'm like, it is in a professional building.
Yes.
It's a salon as well. I'm the hair loss professional. So, but there's other people. I service you in a place, just, it's just all the privacy you need, just me and
Yes.
you. People need that reassurance. So, yeah,
Absolutely.
even in branding yourself to
Yes.
let people know that you serve them,
Yes.
it can kind of like, well, not work to your advantage, but still,
Yes. Yes.
um, we have
And
to
what
try.
I want, yes, I want our viewers to know that because we know that it's such a sensitive issue,
Mhm.
we have set up our centers
Yes,
where you have complete privacy. So you are not, that is number one major concern why some women don't want to visit, because they have a concept of, the old salon open
open
concept,
floor, open
on
floor.
the floor open concept. So I want you to know as a viewer that we understand.
Yeah,
And so you are in a private area where no one can see you, with a closed door. So the privacy is there. So you don't have
has
to
to
be
be.
thinking that, you're going to be out and open. That is number one. When people call, when clients
Mhm.
call, that's the number one. Am I going to be out in the open?
Yes.
And I say, absolutely not. You will have privacy. No one will know that what you are here for, or the treatment that you're getting,
Mhm.
or the cranial prosthesis that you're getting. So that is number one, because we know, how you would feel just being exposed out
Yes.
in the open.
As the hair replacement coach, that is one of the things that I share with people.
Yes.
If you're going to consider yourself working in this industry and really it's not all about money exchanging hands, because it can be lucrative if you do it
Yes.
correctly. But
Yes.
it's not about that. It is about protecting the people who come to you because they are entrusting you to provide a service to them. So I'm like, the open floor concept of the salon, you're not going to be able to do that and do what we do. You're
Absolutely
going to
not.
need to do exactly. And I'm so glad that you brought that out to those who are seeking our help.
Yes.
I always reiterate that to anyone that I trained, that they
Mhm.
have to provide that. They
Absolutely.
have to provide that. And
Absolutely.
I'm telling people too, the salons are synonymous for talk and
Yeah.
telling people's business.
Yes.
I say it's like HIPAA. You cannot talk about people and it's a medical issue. We're
You
paramedical.
cannot. You cannot.
Can't do that. So that talking stuff. So that's a whole
Yeah,
nother subject.
that's a whole another subject. Whole
But
nother
yeah,
subject.
but we
But
care.
yes, we just want to reassure you that
Yes.
that is not, a concern. It's a
Yeah.
concern for you, but we've already covered those
Yeah.
bases. Amen. So listen, Miss Stephanie Anderson, she had the privilege of presenting at the UN talking about alopecia. So I want you to, give us a little bit about what that experience was like. And I know you were well received there, but what I love about it is this is no longer a hush issue, because more and more and more we are people are experiencing hair loss, so we can no longer afford to not talk about it.
Yes.
Not talking about it doesn't mean that it goes away. It just means we're just not talking about those things, right? The shame associated with it. But just walk us down a little bit about the experience, how you got there, and how, I know it was well received, but just give us a little bit about that.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, I was nominated. I received a nomination to
Okay.
as an empowering woman to know.
Yes.
I was just really amped up about just the just the nomination. I didn't
Right.
think that. So I went through the application process, and when I was
Mhm.
notified that I was a recipient, it was to be able to share your platform at the United Nations in New York.
Yes.
So I took that. I took the mantle that I've been given very
Mhm.
seriously.
Mhm.
And so the a topic of my talk share was one simple tool to stop the stigma, and that's the
Mm.
stigma of alopecia.
Mhm.
And just sharing one of the accounts, I have many, of people that I've served in my
Yes.
capacity as a hair loss specialist,
Mhm.
and how she was. I mean, I would love for people to hear the whole talk. It's only like 8 minutes, but how
Mhm.
her thing in coming to me, she hadn't started losing her hair yet, but she was
Mhm.
undergoing chemotherapy. And her
Mhm.
concern wasn't about the mastectomy, it was about losing her hair.
Oh my goodness.
And the audience got it.
Mm.
They got
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
That somehow in
Yeah.
her mind, she was able to manage losing a breast
Mm.
during a
Now that's deep.
mastectomy,
That's deep.
losing her hair to
Yes.
chemotherapy, something that was going to save her life. So
Yes.
I just needed to bring home to people what we did with the complexities
Mhm.
of when people are dealing with hair loss. Chemotherapy is not the only reason that people lose
Yes.
hair. We have alopecia areata. You talked
Uh,
about trichotillomania, universalis, totalis. I mean,
yeah.
there's so many. CCCA. Try to say that 3 times. I'm not even,
Yes.
you know.
CCCA. Sick and trasho.
But
I
yeah,
mean,
it
it's
was.
a long word,
It,
but
it
CCCA.
is, but it's
Yes.
so pervasive,
Yes.
and people don't want to talk about it.
Mhm.
But we provide a safe place for them to not only talk about it, but to be nurtured, to
Yes.
be
Yes.
cared for,
Minister
and
to.
minister to. This is my ministry.
Minister to.
Yes, this is my ministry.
Building up. What's broken.
Yes,
Because sometimes they're really broken.
yes, they are.
Speaking to that part that wants to hide, and
Yes,
encouraging them to, it's okay. Come on out.
yes.
Come on out.
Because a lot of women have appearance related issues. I got things about me I ain't gonna tell nobody.
That's right.
Because I
Listen,
don't want you looking at stuff that, I
yeah,
mean, if I had the means and the time, I may tweak some stuff. You know,
that's right, right,
I'm,
right,
I'm
right.
starting to think that I'm growing into those features, but for the most
Yes,
part, all seriousness, we can all probably identify something appearance related that we don't necessarily like.
correct.
So this appearance related issue when women are losing their hair, again, we want people to know you're not alone. But there's
Yes.
something that can be done to help to build up your confidence, your self-esteem, let you know that you're not less because of.
Mm.
Accept it. Like I say, okay, I'm growing into that feature. Or
Yes.
people wouldn't recognize me without this feature, you know.
Right, right, right.
So embrace it. And
Embrace
that's where
it.
I got the affirmations. Define your own standard of beauty.
Yes, yes,
Because we
yes,
are all beautiful in our creator's eyes.
yes, yes, yes.
Individually, we're different. It's not cookie cutter. Isn't that what we
It
always say?
is not. It's absolutely not.
Yeah.
I spoke to a young lady that was doing a mentorship one time, and she said, she has an idea, and
Mhm.
you mentioned it in the beginning that some women they're in a marital relationship, and the husband does not know that they have hair loss, and so she thought about having a coming out party where she have both parties, husband and wife, you know, and and able for support. She'll
Mm,
be there for support and able, a wife to come out to the husband.
wow. See, what inspiration.
Gosh.
That is awesome. That
Ah,
is awesome.
because
To
I have a young
facilitate someone through the
oh my gosh.
process.
Yes. Yes. I had a young lady
Mhm.
that her husband did not know. And can you imagine? And I can't imagine what that would feel like, right? Having to hide and
Yeah,
having to always have the door closed
yeah,
and always have this secret.
yeah,
You know, I believe that when a person does decide, like, what freedom that is.
yeah,
Because I don't know, I don't, and the love, let's talk about the love,
yeah,
because I believe that if a husband or boyfriend really loves you, he loves you for you.
yes,
And if he's attached to your hair
yeah,
or attached to any other physical attribute, because we get
yeah,
older, we have
yes,
babies, then the little pouch come, and
yeah,
what was up and down and
yeah.
what was
Gravity kicks in,
what,
right?
but love has to be the foundation.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
understand? So
yeah.
as we grow, I mean, they get old too. They get little bare bellies or whatever.
Yes.
But for some reason, they want us to remain, like we
Oh, yeah.
20. I ain't
Yes.
20.
Mm-mm. Yes.
We have to be exercise and try to keep ourselves looking good. But
Yes.
however, the secrets. I mean, we could. That is a whole nother. The secrets that a person may feel like they have to hold on to because they fear of, if this secret gets out,
Yeah.
if my husband actually sees me without hair,
Yeah.
what will he think of me?
Yeah.
Will he still love
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
Ah,
And I have a story about that in the book
yeah.
that I
Yes.
penned.
Okay.
Um, but I also kind of like, I'm not gonna say devil's advocate because I'm never on his team, but I also like to kind of think about different things.
Yes.
Ideally, and we have to, men are very visual,
Yes.
whether we like it or not, men are very
Yeah.
visual.
Yes.
And I don't know how I feel about that unless there's been a conversation to let them know that there's something that I need to share with you about me and to gauge. And again, that is like my course about supporting
Mhm.
people with alopecia, the emotional support.
Yes. Yes.
We want to do more good than we want to do harm
Correct.
to people. I've had people who have been in groups,
Mm.
social media groups. I'm not going to name them because I'm in there because I want to see, to be able to help people, you got to know what the conversation is, right? Especially on a
Right.
bigger level. I know what my clients are saying when they sit in my
Right.
chair, but that's a small sampling of the millions of people who are dealing with
At large. Yes.
alopecia.
Yes.
So I'm in some groups and I hear the conversation. And
Mhm.
sometimes I feel as though they're being made to get rid of the scarves, the wigs and stuff and reveal. It's almost like peer pressure because some of them aren't ready.
Already. Yes.
And I've
And
had those who've
you
done
have
it.
to. Yeah. You don't have to be ready.
Just like accepting Christ, it
Personal
has
decision.
to be your decision. You
Right.
can't go off of somebody else's decision. I've had
Yes.
people I've talked to that had regrets. of coming
Mm-hmm.
out. So
Mm,
that's why I'm like, people have to be true to themselves. Just because you decide to wear a prosthetic device and not
yes,
walk around a certain way, that
yes.
doesn't mean that you don't accept your diagnosis any less than those who decide to be.
It's a
Um,
personal
it's
decision.
a personal thing, but again, I don't want to get on this, but there is divisiveness within the alopecia community where some
Mm,
people think they're representing alopecia better than others. Nobody decided that they wanted alopecia, okay?
that's it. That's right. That's
So
right.
everybody needs to, okay, we're dealing with this. How do we support each other? Those who
Yes.
want to walk around bald head, beautiful. I
Beautiful.
love the style. They,
Yes.
oh, I mean, they rock it.
They rock it. They rock it. They rock it.
You're not
They rock it.
supporting the movement any more than those who want to cover up with a scarf or a wig.
That's
I've,
it.
I've heard both people like, girl, I don't see how they walk around with their head bowed. No, let's not do that.
No,
Let's
that's
not
right.
do that. It's individual.
That's
So
right.
we
That's right.
need to, I love the conversation.
Yes.
That's the
No
only way
shame.
we know how to address it when we
No
come.
shaming.
No,
No
no
shaming. No
shaming.
shaming. No shaming.
Just since in here, you've
Mm,
accepted it, whether you want to wear a wig or don't.
right.
You know what you got. You
Yes.
know that you're a woman, a beautiful woman, regardless.
That's right.
That's all I want for people.
That's it.
That's
That's
all I
it.
want for people.
I love that. I love that. I love that. So we I mean we're having we can go on and on because we have
We
the
could.
experience, right? We have the experience and we know
Yeah.
I personally have not experienced hair loss, but I think I have enough experience experiencing those
Yeah.
what they express uh,
Yes.
to me, the tears that we see,
Yeah.
um, the emotional um, trauma sometimes that is associated with it. So I'm just glad to be that God has chosen me
Yeah.
to speak to it, to lay hands on those
Yeah.
also who have and provide solutions. And
Yeah.
I know you share that same sentiment.
I
So
do. I do.
yeah,
I've been, I've been telling, especially those who I coach and mentor as the hair replacement coach. I said, you don't have to have alopecia to be able to support those and care for those and serve
yes,
those who do. We don't go to, God forbid, you are diagnosed with cancer.
hmm,
You don't think that the oncologist is going to be better qualified to treat you if they have a cancer diagnosis and they pass or not. That's not your concern. You want to
yes,
know that they have the education,
knowledge,
and all of that. So I say you don't have to experience it.
yes,
You,
yes,
but you do have to know if you're going to care for these people, you protect them, you don't
yes,
expose them. You don't have to know how it feels to have hair loss to know that people need privacy.
that's right,
You
that's
just got to have
right,
a heart to know that you just don't do that to people.
that's right. You just have a heart. I like to have a heart.
Yes.
Have
I can
a
sing that Luther
heart.
song. Anyone who had a heart could look
Yes,
at me. But yeah, yeah. So thank you for
absolutely.
sharing that.
Yeah, and I love what you just shared. So we're gonna get ready to get out of here.
Yeah,
Of course, the conversation does not end on this platform tonight, but it certainly does not end. Now, my sister she is in San Antonio, so if
yes.
anyone is watching from that area and you are experiencing hair loss, you can go check her out. I'll have her share her contact information. And again, I want to thank you if you are watching live or you are will watch the replay. We want to thank you. Um, if you know anyone who's experiencing hair loss, we want you to support them, encourage them that they are beautiful no matter what. And so the conversation continues. All right. So my sister, share your contact information, and we're
Okay.
gonna get ready to get out of here.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you again for having me and anyone in the San Antonio area, the Bexar County or surrounding areas. I have a brick and mortar location, but contact me because I do by appointment only. We don't do walk-in guests because I want to protect my clients, right? I don't want to expose them, but I can be reached on any platform at the Alopecia Advocate, or you can go to thealopeciaadvocate.com. One of the things I am doing just to promote, next month is breast cancer awareness. Restore Your Glory is a free week giveaway that I do
Mm.
every year. This year we are celebrating 15 years of doing
Oh,
this event.
hand claps, hand claps.
Yes. So if you know of anybody, to contact me who needs a free week. We have volunteer stylists who help us every year. So
Mhm.
yeah, the Alopecia Advocate or StephanieLAnderson.com.
Okay, let me type that in.
Okay.
Oh God.
I tried to brain and make it easy because I had a whole bunch of stuff out there. But
Yeah,
the Alopecia Advocate. Yes. Yes, ma'am. That's it.
that's it. That's it. So this is, and that's on Instagram.
It's on Instagram, Facebook, and
Okay.
LinkedIn.
Okay. So there
And
you
that's
have
the
it.
website too,
Yes.
thealopeciaadvocate.com.
Okay, perfect. So you have the information.
Yes.
And Miss Stephanie, I want to thank you so much for joining me on this platform tonight to talk about the topic that is so near and dear to our hearts and near and dear to because the clients need the information.
Yes.
They
Yes.
need to know that there is help. They need to know that there is support. And they need to know that there are solutions so they're not stuck. So thank you again.
Thank you.
And we're signing off. Good night, everybody.
Be blessed. Bye.